Yirmiyahu chapter 48 of Moab. Thus saith Yahweh of hosts, the God of Israel, Woe to Nabor, for it is laid waste. Kiriathaim is put to shame, it is taken. Misgab is put to shame and broken down. The praise of Moab is no more. In Heshbon they have devised evil against her. Come and let us cut her off from being a nation. Thou also, O Madmen, shalt be brought to silence. The sword shall pursue thee. The sound of a cry from Horonaim, desolation and great destruction. Moab is destroyed. Her little ones have caused a cry to be heard. For by the ascent of Luhith, with continual weeping, shall they go up. For at the descent of Horonaim, they have heard the distress of the cry of destruction. Flee, save your soul, and be like the heath in the wilderness. For because thou hast trusted in thy works, and in thy treasures, thou also shalt be taken, and Chemosh shall go forth into captivity, his priests and his princes together. And the destroyer shall come upon every city, and no city shall escape. The valley also shall perish, and the plain shall be destroyed, as Yahweh hath spoken. Give wings to Moab, that she may fly and get her away, and her cities shall become a desolation, without any to dwell therein. Cursed be he that doeth the work of Yahweh negligently, and cursed be he that keepeth back his sword from blood. Moab hath been at ease from his youth, and he hath settled on his lees, and hath not been emptied from vessel to vessel, neither hath he gone into captivity. Therefore his taste remaineth in him, and his scent is not changed. Therefore, behold, the days come, saith Yahweh, that I will send to him them that pour off, and they shall pour him off, and they shall empty his vessels, and break their bottles in pieces. And Moab shall be ashamed of Chemosh, as the house of Israel was ashamed of Bethel their confidence. How say ye, we are mighty men, and valiant men for the war? Moab is laid waste, and they are gone up into his cities, and his chosen young men are gone down to the slaughter, saith the King, whose name is Yahweh of hosts. The calamity of Moab is near to come, and his affliction hasteth fast. All ye that are round about him bemoan him, and all ye that know his name say, How is the strong staff broken, the beautiful rod? O thou daughter that dwellest in Dibon, come down from thy glory and sit in thirst, for the destroyer of Moab is come up against thee. He hath destroyed thy strongholds. O inhabitant of Aroer, stand by the way and watch. Ask him that fleeth, and her that escapeth. Say, What hath been done? Moab is put to shame, for it is broken down. Wail and cry, tell ye yet by the Arnon that Moab is laid waste. And judgment is come upon the plain country, upon Holon, and upon Yahzar, and upon Mephath, and upon Divon, and upon Nebo, and upon Beth Diblathaim, and upon Kiriathaim, and upon Beth Gamul, and upon Beth Maon, and upon Kiriot, and upon Bosra, and upon all the cities of the land of Moab, far or near. The horn of Moab is cut off, and his arm is broken, saith Yahweh. Make ye him drunken, for he magnifieth himself against Yahweh. And Moab shall splat in his vomit, and he also shall be in derision. For was not Yisrael a derision to thee? Was he found among thieves? For as often as thou speakest of him, thou waggest the head. O ye inhabitants of Moab, leave the cities and dwell in the rock, and be like the dove that maketh her nest over the mouth of the pit. We have heard of the pride of Moab, that he is very proud, his loftiness and his pride and his arrogancy, and the haughtiness of his heart. I know his wrath, saith Yahweh, that it is naught. His boastings have wrought nothing. Therefore will I wail for Moab, yea, I will cry out for all Moab. For the men of Kirheres shall they mourn. With more than the weeping of Yazer will I weep for thee, O vine of Sibmah. Thy branches passed over the sea, they reached even to the sea of Yazer. Upon thy summer fruits and upon thy vintage the destroyer is fallen, and gladness and joy is taken away from the fruitful field and from the land of Moab. And I have caused wine to cease from the winepresses. None shall tread with shouting. The shouting shall be no shouting. From the cry of Heshbon even to El-Ale, even to El-Ale, even to Yahaz, have they uttered their voice. From Thoar even to Horonaim to Eglat Thalithiyah. For the waters of Nimrim also shall become desolate. Moreover, I will cause to cease in Moab, saith Yahweh, him that offereth in the high place, and him that burneth incense to his gods. Therefore my heart soundeth for Moab like pipes, and my heart soundeth like pipes for the men of Kirheres. Therefore the abundance that he hath gotten is perished. For every head is bald, and every beard clipped. Upon all the hands are cuttings, and upon the loins sackcloth. On all the housetops of Moab, and in the streets thereof, there is a lamentation everywhere. For I have broken Moab like a vessel, wherein none delighteth, saith Yahweh. How is it broken down? How do they wail? How hath Moab turned the back with shame? So shall Moab become a derision, and a terror to all that are round about him. For thus saith Yahweh, Behold, he shall fly as an eagle, and shall spread out his wings against Moab. Eriot is taken, and the strongholds are seized, and the heart of the mighty men of Moab at that day shall be as the heart of a woman in her pangs. And Moab shall be destroyed from being a people, because he hath magnified himself against Yahweh. Fear and the pit and the snare are upon thee, O inhabitant of Moab, saith Yahweh. He that fleeth from the fear shall fall into the pit, and he that getteth up out of the pit shall be taken in the snare. For I will bring upon him, even upon Moab, the year of their visitation, saith Yahweh. They that fled stand without strength under the shadow of Heshbon, for a fire is gone forth out of Heshbon, and a flame from the midst of Sihon, and hath devoured the corner of Moab, and the crown of the head of the tumultuous ones. Woe to thee, O Moab! The people of Chemosh is undone. For thy sons are taken away, and thy daughters into captivity. Yet will I bring back the captivity of Moab in the latter days, saith Yahweh. Thus far is the judgment of Moab.